Good morning, everyone. I'll request everyone to please take their seats so that we can start the program. Respected guests, esteemed representatives from NFRA, senior members, past President ICI, Central Council members, Regional Council members, and senior members ACA, distinguished speakers, and dear professional colleagues. A very warm welcome to all of you. It is truly an honor to host today's prestigious audit workshop, jointly organized by National Financial Reporting Authority in collaboration with Association of Corporate Advisors and Executives, ACA, on the theme, Essential Habits of Effective Auditors. Before we begin today's technical deliberations, it is important to appreciate the role of the apex audit regulator of our country, the National Financial Reporting Authority, commonly known as NFRA. Established under Section 132 of the Companies Act 2030, NFRA serves as an independent oversight body to ensure high standards of financial reporting and audit quality in India. NFRA plays a vital role in strengthening audit quality by monitoring audit practices, ensuring compliance with auditing standards, and safeguarding public interest through enhanced transparency, accountability, and professional integrity. Today's workshop, focusing on essential habits of effective auditors, perfectly aligns with NFRA's vision of strengthening audit quality and reinforcing trust in the financial reporting ecosystem. This workshop reflects a shared commitment towards strengthening audit quality, enhancing professional competence, and reinforcing trust in the financial reporting ecosystem. Auditing today is not merely about compliance. It is about integrity, professional skepticism, ethical judgment, and public trust. To begin this inaugural session, the evolving landscape of public interest entity audits, may I now request Shri Niraj Kumar Harodia, President ACI, to accompany our chief guest, Shri Nitin Gupta, Chairman NFRA, and Shri Suchil Kumar Jaiswal, full-time member NFRA, to the dais. Now, to formally inaugurate this knowledge-sharing initiative, we shall now proceed with the ceremonial lighting of the auspicious lamp, symbolizing wisdom, enlightenment, and the pursuit of knowledge. I request our dignitaries to kindly light the lamp, and I also request Central Past President ICI Manoj Fadnis, Past President ICI Debashish Mitra ji, Central Council Member Sanjeev Sanghi ji, Central Council Member Ravi Patwa ji, EIRC Chairman Mayur ji, and the esteemed speaker Vani Thappar ji to please join us for the lighting of lamp. I also request the mentor, CA Vivek Agarwal, and the chairperson of this committee, Shri Vivek Nevatia, to please join us for the same.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय.
Thank you, sir. I now request Shri Niraj Kumar Harodia ji, President ACA, to kindly welcome our distinguished NFRA dignitaries with a floral greeting. floral greeting to Jaiswal ji. I'll now request Niraj ji to please deliver the welcome address and share his thoughts on the important initiative.
Namaste to all dignitaries on the dais, respected Shri Nitin Gupta ji, Chairman NFRA, Shri Suchil Kumar Jaiswal, full-time member NFRA. Of the dais, officers from NFRA, Shri Shyam Tong, Executive Director, Shri Vidyadhar Kulkarni, Principal Consultant, and CA Arun Kumar, Executive Director. Esteemed speakers, our beloved past President of ACAE, present and past Central Council member from ICAI, ICSI, Regional Council members, distinguished guests, and my dear professional colleague. On a beautiful morning of this pleasant spring season of Kolkata, when the weather is soothing, the breeze is gentle, and the city reflects intellectual warmth and cultural vibrance, I extend my heartfelt welcome to each one of you to this city of heritage, Kolkata. Literature, finance, professional excellence, and always been a land of ideas and progressive thought. From its rich academic legacy to its strong professional ecosystem, this city has a consistently nurtured institutions and leaders who have shaped the nation. Today is not just another seminar. Today is a dream coming true. What began as a small discussion, just a thought to invite someone from NFRA for a seminar, has today transformed into something far beyond imagination. Holding a joint workshop with the regulator itself was one of the unexpected and distant dream. But today, that dreams stand as a proud reality before all of us. For the first time in the Eastern region, the NFRA is organizing a joint workshop that is with ACAE Kolkata. That is truly a historic milestone and a new chapter of collaboration between regulator and the professional fraternity. As the 64th president of the 65-year-old veteran organization, I first express my gratitude to the Almighty and then my sincere thanks to CA Vivek Nevatia, our joint secretary and chairman of this committee, Accounts and Audit, who became the true bridge between NFRA and ACAE. Honestly speaking, at one point of time, I had almost left the hope of dreaming so high holding such a program. But as beautifully said in Ramcharitramanas, Hoi so Ram Rachi Rakha, no one can stop what Lord Ram has decided. At this point, I must place on record my deep gratitude to the entire NFRA team, especially Shri Shyam Tong sir, CA Arun Kumar sir, and CA Vidyadhar Kulkarni sir, for working together with us on the same platform since the very beginning with the great openness and support. It is now my proud privilege to specially welcome the chairman NFRA, Shri Nitin Gupta sir. Sir, your visionary leadership is strengthening India's financial reporting ecosystem and enhancing audit quality has truly been inspiring. Under your guidance, NFRA has emerged as a strong pillar of accountability, transparency, and global best practices in auditing. Your gracious presence today is a great honor for ACAE and a source of inspiration for the entire professional fraternity. I also extend my heartfelt welcome to the whole-time member of NFRA, Shri Suchil Kumar Jaiswal sir. Sir, your deep regulatory insights and commitment towards strengthening audit oversight and governance are invaluable to our profession. We are truly privileged to have your presence and guidance today, sir. A very special and emotional welcome to CA Manoj Fadnis sir. Sir is not only a past president of ICAI, but also shares a very personal connection with my family. He is an old friend of my father, and since my childhood, I have seen and learned from him. I still remember the days when he used to visit Dhanbad during his election campaigns. Those moments were inspiring learning experiences for me, even as a young student. In many ways, I feel I have a mentored by Manoj uncle since my childhood. Sir, it gives me immense joy and pride to welcome you today on this prestigious platform, sir. Sir, I also extend a very warm welcome in absentia CAPR Ramesh sir, who is my ex-boss during my professional tenure at Deloitte. I personally witnessed the depth of knowledge, leadership, and professional excellence. Standing here today as a president of ACAE and welcoming my former mentor and industry stalwart is truly a moment of great pride for me. And he is also past president of ACAE. I feel extremely proud to stand here and welcome both of you distinguished stalwarts. I extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed speakers, starting from C.A. Veni Thaparji, all the way he came from Delhi, C.A. Nilanjan Paul, C.A. Ajit Viswanath, C.A. Vidyadhar Kulkarni, C.M.A. Anjan Ganguly, C.A. Arun Kumar, C.A. Syam Tongsar, and I also welcome to our moderator of the panel discussion, C.A. Vivek Nevatia, whose presence will make the workshop intellectually rich and practically valuable. At the outset, I would like to extend a very warm and respectful welcome to all our ACI past presidents whose vision and guidance over decades have built this strong institution. I warmly welcome the present and past council members from ICI, whose presence adds immense strength and prestige to this gathering. Let me now share a few unique aspects about our institution, sir. The ACI Kolkata is a 65-year-old prestigious and veteran professional body contributed to the vision of connect, inspire and engage. We are proud to have a galaxy of 33 past presidents who continuously guide us with their wisdom. Our governing board consists of 21 dynamic leaders, including office bearers and executive committee members. Today, ACI is a strong family of more than 1,800 members, including around 300 patrons with professional connection from across India. We have over 300 women members and nearly 500 young professionals below the age of 40, reflecting our progressive and inclusive outlook. We are honored that stalwarts like C.A. Devasis Mitra, past president of ICI, have served as our vice president, and past president ICI C.A. Ranjit Agarwal have been associated with our board. Our vice president, C.A. Sivanisa, is a 6-time world champion in kettlebell sports. Many of our past presidents have also served as a central council member of ICAI and chairperson of EIRC, and present council member C.A. Sanjeev Sanghi ji is part of our board. Our program have been attended by eminent dignitaries, including President of India, Pranav Mukherjee, and many national thought leaders, reflecting the credibility and stature of ACI. Many of our board members are also actively associated with national level social organization contributing to society beyond the professional domain. We publish a quarterly professional journal and place great importance on fellowship through festivals, professional meets, Bharat Darshan and international tours. Sir, as encouraged by the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi to promote domestic tourism, we are organizing a Lakshadweep cruise on this 23rd March with around 100 members. We are equipped with a modern office infrastructure, including VC facilities, advanced audio-video system, 2 seminar halls with a sitting capacity of over 100 members. We regularly host speakers from across India on diverse professional subjects. Our ET Corporate Bengal Award is a unique initiative recognizing excellence on various corporate parameters. Along with the corporates, we are also working on scholarship initiatives for needy students pursuing professional courses, where we identify and scrutinize application and forward them CSR support. All our activities are conducted through 35 subcommittees mentored by past presidents, chaired by office bearers and board members, and co-chaired by active ACAE members. Sir, I also take this opportunity to appeal all delegates who are not yet member of ACA to kindly join our vibrant professional family. We have kept this membership fee very reasonable. By becoming member, you gain access to a strong network of 1,800 professionals, guidance from stalwarts of the profession and industry, continuous learning and meaningful fellowship. We also have distinguished honorary member who enriched our intellectual ecosystem. And I'm happy to inform you, every year ACAE family is growing with more than 100 members joining. And in this conclave, again, it's a great news for all of us that more than 50% delegates are non-member of ACA. So today I request them, you should definitely visit our stall and take the membership of ACA. Friends, today's workshop revolve around one powerful word, audit. What differentiates chartered accountant from many other professionals is the one word, audit. When a class 12 student dreams of becoming a CA, the first identity he visualizes is becoming an auditor. When an article assistant begins training, the first area of curiosity and exposure is audit. Auditors in India carry a tremendous responsibility, safeguarding the credibility of financial reporting and protecting the trust of economy. As India stands as the world's 4th largest economy and moving towards becoming the 3rd largest economy with a strong GDP growth trajectory, the role of auditors become even more critical. Auditors are salient guardians of transparency, accountability, and financial discipline, ensuring that the financial backbone of the nation remains strong and reliable. With the establishment of NFRA in 2018 as an independent regulator, the profession has entered into a new era of accountability, awareness, and enhanced capability. NFRA provides strong regulatory framework, a system of equality, oversight, and constructive mechanism that keeps professionals more alert, aware, and aligned with the global best practices. With the spirit, we have organized this joint workshop, a platform where auditor and regulator, the practitioner and the policy makers, the learners and the thought leaders come together for meaningful knowledge sharing. I am confident that this workshop will create a new path of learning where auditors and super auditors share their thought process, expectations, and professional insights for the betterment of the profession. Friends, the program you are witnessing today is the result of more than 6 months of continuous effort, planning, and dedication. And I'm happy to inform you that we have received more than 250 requests for joining these conferences. But because of logistic issues and all, we could not take more than 150 applications. I must acknowledge the excellent work of the Accounts and Audit Committee mentored by CA Vivek Agarwal and ably executed under the leadership of co-chairperson of this committee, CA Roshan Kumar Bajaj, and the entire team for the flawless execution of this workshop. Friends, you'll be happy to know that in this conclave, delegates have joined from Ranchi, Guwahati, Dhanbad, and Siliguri. Once again, it is a matter of immense pride for ACAE to host this historic and important workshop jointly with NFRA. With this word, I warmly welcome each one of you and wish you a day full of learning, inspiration, and professional excellence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Niraj ji. I thank ACA for taking this commendable initiative to organize such knowledgeable-driven programs and for continued efforts in strengthening and guiding the professional fraternity towards excellence. Moving ahead, it is now my great honor to introduce our chief guest, Shri Nitin Gupta, Chairman NFRA. Shri Nitin Gupta served as a Chairman, Central Board of Direct Taxes, CBDT, Government of India, and Director General, Competition Commission of India. Has over 39 years of rich and diverse experience with the Government of India, specializing in tax administration, compliance reforms, data analytics, and financial governance. Throughout the distinguished career, Shri Nitin Gupta ji has been recognized for his reform-driven approach and ability to lead complex administrative transforms. सर यहाँ पे हम लोग को ना कलकत्ता में डर सा लगता है नाफरा रिव्यू के ऊपर जैसे ही नाफरा का नाम आता है. So with this, I'll just request sir to please address the gathering. Please, sir.
CA Niraj Kumar Harodia, President ACAE, Shri Suchil Kumar Jaiswal, full-time member NFRA, office bearers of ACAE, past presidents of ICAI, Mr. Mitra, Mr. Fadnis, dignitaries of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to express my gratitude to the office bearers of ACAE for volunteering and lending their valuable support to host this workshop on audit today here at Kolkata. This workshop is a flagship program of NFRA. It's our initiative to drive systemic improvement in India in the area of audit quality for public interest entities. Before I commence on the address, a disclaimer of regulator, similar to what disclaimer auditors also express, is that the views expressed here are my personal views, not of NFRA or the executive body. So with this, Mr. Harodia has already spoken about what is the progress which India is likely to witness with the economic development which is taking place. And with our resolve, the Prime Minister's resolve to become Viksit Bharat by 2047, we believe that accountancy profession, of which you all are proud members, plays a very pivotal role in socio-economic development of India. Some of the developments you are already aware. I wish to acknowledge the role of the accounting profession and chartered accountants in our nation's growth and development during last 7 decades and more. Two aspects are important. Our younger generation may not be aware of that if we go back to a century ago, in 1925, a parliamentary committee, which was External Capital Committee at that time, had recognized chartered accountants as one of the two professions needed for India's industrial and economic growth. In July 49, when we got independence, our founding fathers of our nation thought of chartered accountants as an important pillar of our economy, and the CA Act was enacted in 1949. Historically, CA profession has played a very pivotal role in two areas of high public interest. The first being taxation, which are considered to be the blood supply for the civilization and growth. Finances raised by direct and indirect taxes are the primary resources for the government exchequer for development and growth. The second one is the statutory audit of companies, banks, insurance companies, cooperatives, etc. So in substance, the profession is a public interest duty. Many call it audit profession as public profession. If we look at the quick check at the large PSUs, I believe that around 40 large entities are being audited by other than Big Four, some of which may be attending this workshop. One important development is that in the recent past, India has emerged as the skill capital of the world in financial reporting services. India is becoming a major hub of global financial reporting and IT services, and many multinational organizations are reposing trust. Global capability centers are coming up in a big way in India, which I believe are heavily engaged into research and innovation projects as well. Now, I'm giving just a small background about the India's story in the new millennium, which is characterized by two features. One is the new India is aspirational India, and the new India is the growth engine and skill capital of the world. When the world is witnessing some turmoils and geopolitical uncertainties, India, with lot of new young generation, is aspirational young India with billion plus people and aspirations. Now, if we look at the past and what we are talking about, if we look at the past, India used to contribute around 40% of the global GDP up to 18th, 17th or 18th century. And with the vision which is expressed by the Honorable Prime Minister and the growth rate which we are witnessing today of 8.8% and more, the reforms which are being taken place in the area of multiple areas like taxation, GST, labor reforms, the incentive to the industry, we believe that this is going to change the entire paradigm and going to create a big market for our capital markets, which we are witnessing in the form of vibrancy and high growth trajectory. In a span of 5 years, our market capitalization has almost doubled, more than doubled. It is now around 425 lakh crores today. Companies continues to raise fund in the capital markets, and during the last year alone, they raised around 75,000 crore. About 50 companies participated in that. So with this, what we have to understand is that we have to have a very the accounting and auditing standards which are not only world class but high quality financial reporting framework should be and must be adhered to. As you understand that the capital markets is the heart of the modern and transparent fair economies, and civilization will progress when the capital markets are strong, and there comes the role of the PIEs, the investors, the retail investors, the lenders all look at the financial standard, financial reporting made by the companies, and therefore, for India to become a nation of investors, which is gradually it is becoming, and from the nation of savers, your role as an auditor is very, very important. Now, all these things need the two key areas. First is the corporate governance, sound corporate governance or robust corporate governance, which we shall improve upon. And the other is the financial reporting framework, which shall be globally compatible and high quality. Both these will contribute to the growth of the nation as a whole, and your role in this area is of primary importance. Chartered accountants engaged in the audit practice are the guardians of public interest and assume sheet anchor's role in firstly as a critical component of enhancing trust and ensuring the integrity of financial reporting framework. External auditors are one of the 5 lines of defense. I am not going into that, in enabling and maintaining high quality financial reporting framework. Now, audit quality, as we understand, is measured and interpreted by different tools. Common tools are firm-wide recurring inspections and evaluating the findings therein by grading inspection or computing deficiency rates, etc. The other tool is audit quality maturity model, firm and engagement matrices, and so on. But in my view, what is important is the rear view mirror test as to how many corporate and audit failures have happened, what is the extent of restatement of financial statements and enforcement cases in the past. Now, to understand where we are and what sort of audit failures and corporate failures we have witnessed, I will just go back to one of the largest economy, the USA, where what has happened in the past, we can just have a look at it and try to understand in what way we should learn from the lessons therefrom. Now, this is a slide which is Hall of Shame for the Western world, where lots of corporate scams and failures have happened. In the early 1920s and 30s, you might be aware of the infamous cases of Kruger and Toll and McKesson and Robbins. Then the US witnessed another shake-up failure of Enron, Arthur Andersen, WorldCom debacle. And in that aftermath, the US capital markets lost 8 trillion USD at that point in time, and the US Congress enacted the Sarbanes-Oxley Act 2002, which led to the waves of reform across the globe. Some study indicates that the US ecosystem is showing some signs of poor quality financial accounting. look at this slide, what happened in the era 1997 to 2000, 1992 to 1997, the number of restatements of financial statements were quite high, to the tune of 225 or so, and this was the era. And 2001 also is very important, just before the Enron crisis. Now, in the last 3 years, if you see, again, the number of restatements are rising, which is a sign of concern. Coming back to India, because we are concerned with the Indian landscape as well, the Indian story of corporate scams and failures you are all aware of, and this slide captures the data from 1955 till what we are seeing, the recent ones. And we also suffered enormous wealth destruction. Now, in the beginning of this century, we witnessed in the era of 2010 to 2014, when the twin balance sheet problems, the NPA issue arose, and we lost around 14 lakh crore rupees into NPAs alone. When the global financial crisis took place in 2007-8, again we suffered badly. Then in 2018, again we suffered due to PNB scam, then sudden collapse of the NBFC Island FS, which itself took away 91,000 crore of, there was a debt, and then Yes Bank and Cooperative Bank PMC scam and other scams took place. And all these factors led to the enactment of NFRA had taken place in 2013, but it got notified in 2018 in the aftermath of this PNB scam. So NFRA is a relatively young regulator, and it's a kind of mega reform which was undertaken, at least in it by India, though we are a slightly not in the same curve as the USA had been. Now, let me give you something about what NFRA's activities and learnings are so far. Globally, independent regulators are known to follow 3 approaches. The first is the enforcement approach, where disciplinary actions are mounted and they take precedence. The supervisory approach, where the inspections are undertaken as a preventive measure and the primary tool. And the third one is the mixed approach. Use of these tools and weightages given to each depends upon a variety of factors like the prevailing audit quality, corporate functioning, and the failures or scams, etc. These approaches are not cast in stone. Regulatory approach needs to be dynamic to address the prevailing issues in audit, and NFRA has taken a mixed approach in this area. Now, we have started with disciplinary matters as well as we started in 2022 the audit firm-wide quality inspections as a regulatory tool, which is a preventive measure to avoid audit failures. Comprehensively, the standards and codes, which are globally comparable, are also necessary to meet the objectives of transparency and building trust. Let me just bring out 1 or 2 critical aspects for your thought and understanding. The first is the disconnect between the principal auditor and the branch auditor. The DHFL case, where more than 11,000 crore was siphoned off by the promoters using fictitious branch and fictitious loans. The disciplinary order, if you see, there was a complete disconnect between the principal auditor and the branch auditor, and their modus operandi, which was similar to that in 2008 Satyam computer scam, copied from 1930s Mackison and Robbins in the US. The other case is CCD, where promoters used accounting jugglery to issue bank checks without adequate funds among group entities just before the year end to hide the true nature of the related party loans and borrowings. Probably a repetition of 1968 ICAI versus PK Mukherjee, a famous case where the auditor failed to report similar accounting jugglery to misrepresent the loans taken by Anand Bazar Patrika, Kolkata, from its Employee Provident Fund Trust. So, to prevent the above types of cases, whether DHFL or CCL or Reliance Capital, India needs to remain aligned with contemporary global standards on group audit, joint audit. Of course, it will enable you, all audit professionals, to remain globally competitive as well. It's a time to remember few words of the respected ICAI President, CAPA Nair, what he said in 85-86, and I'll quote, "Today, the social image of our profession is at new peak. At the same time, society's demands are exacting. If we are to maintain and further enhance our social status and reputation, it will be necessary for us to demonstrate in no uncertain terms our ability to accept onerous and challenging responsibilities. No effort should be spared in justifying the confidence reposed in us by the society. This calls for independent, objective, honest, and impartial attitude on the part of each one of us," unquote. See, the words are having great depth, and if we understand this spirit in which these words are stated, probably our task is made simpler. Let me quickly tell you about the real background of our recent outreach activities, what the words are there, and in what way we can enhance the professional auditing quality. One thing which we come across is the reasonable assurance of true and fair view of the financial statement. This responsibility of reasonable assurance is to reduce the audit risk to an acceptably low level. Our essays and or ISAs do not have much guidance on to apply this concept in practice, but if you look at the USA, there is some practical guidance available which say that 90 to 95% confidence level shall be there in statistical term. To enable our Indian audit professionals, particularly the small and medium-sized audit firms, on these kinds of global best practices, we are undertaking several initiatives such as the today's workshop, the webinars which we are hosting on regular basis, the next one being on 25th of this month. And we hope that the learnings from these outreach activities will be reflected in the audit of financial statements for the current year, which is going on, that is 31st March 26, which is approaching very fast. Now, one thing which has come up during discussion, what we were having in the before we assembled here, and which is a common theme which we are coming across, is about the quality of the professionals and the updating of knowledge. This is the data from the US audit firm staffing, PCAOB data, and it shows that PCAOB's registered firms number of CPAs per billion of revenue has been increasing during the last decade or so, which shows that our audit professional firms will have to invest into the number as well as quality of professionals when we are doing the audit. Now, just I will conclude my discussion and my address, and I wish that the audit profession in future will get a good acknowledgement from global investor community, like our corporate professionals are getting one. This is the recent cutting where largest global investment and fund management house KKR is quoting about the quality of our corporate professionalism. With this, I would like to conclude, and before I conclude, let me remind you about the words of wisdom of our Honorable Prime Minister on 1st July 2017, and I am quoting, "Follow the path of integrity in discharging critical societal role of audit of financial statements," unquote. The words of Honorable PM and what I talked about of the 1985 of ICAI President do carry the message loud and clear for all of us to follow. At last, I would like to thank you all for gathering here on Saturday at NFRA's initiative, and a special thanks to ACAE for hosting this capacity building initiative. We at NFRA look forward for active collaboration with the most critical line of defense in protecting the investors, public and capital markets at large. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and motivating address. As you rightly said, audit quality today is not just a professional expectation, it is a regulatory necessity. And we as professionals must keep ourselves updated with the knowledge and sessions and webinars organized by such associations. And we will be doing that. May I now request past President C. Vivek Agarwal, who is the mentor of today's program, to kindly felicitate Chief Guest Shri Nitin Gupta ji, Chairperson NFRA, by presenting a coffee table book to him. I'll also request President ACA Niraj ji to present a memento and uttrio to sir. Thank you, sir. I'll now request past President P.D. Rungta ji to please facilitate our guest of honor, Shri Suchil Kumar Jaiswal ji. And I'll also request past President ACA Indu Chatrat ji to please present memento to sir. Thank you, sir. I now request Joint Secretary ACA and Chairperson of today's Accounts and Audit Committee, C. Vivek Nivatia, to kindly propose a vote of thanks for the inaugural session.
Thank you, Rashmi. A very good morning to Chairperson Shri Nitin Gupta ji present, whole-time members Shri Suchil ji Jaiswal, other dignitaries present on and off the dais. We also recognize the presence of the regional council members present here. It is my privilege to deliver a vote of thanks in this inaugural session of this audit workshop, which is being organized by NFRA in collaboration with ACA. A heartfelt gratitude to Shri Nitin Gupta, Chairman NFRA, for all the way traveling to Calcutta and enlightening professional members here. Sir, your perspectives on India becoming a powerhouse and the growth and skill capital was quite enlightening, and we as auditors have to play a very important role in this perspective. The high quality financial reporting framework, which is the need of the hour, and the perspectives on the integrity of auditors, and you reminding us of the words of our past president, Mr. Nair, really give us some goosebumps in respect of the expectations of us as auditors today. This session and these outreach programs that you are organizing along with various associations across India is a wonderful step that you are taking to improve the audit quality across India, sir. We as ACA would like to collaborate on more such programs for future so that these programs really help us professionals from Eastern region for improving the audit quality. We are also thankful to Sushil Jaiswal, full-time member, for gracing us with his presence here. I'm informed that he is passionate about documentation, systems, and processes in audit firms. He will deliver his address post-lunch, and we would listen more from him about how an audit firm's processes and documentation have to improve to survive the need of the hour. We are thankful to the past president ICI present. We are thankful to the office bearers present. Just for your information, we have members not only from Kolkata, we have members from Guwahati, members from Asansol, Siliguri, Durgapur, Dhanbad present in this event. There were around 250 registrations, and we had to deny a lot of them because of the logistics. And thank you all the delegates present here in huge numbers. In fact, just before the session, Chairperson and whole-time members, sir, had an informal interaction with the CFOs of the top 15 listed companies, and he highlighted the role of the management also in preparing the financial statements. I think this is a wonderful initiative which is being taken by NFRA, and thank you, sir, for coming and organizing this outreach program. Thank you, sir. And we move on to the next session. Thank you.
I'll now request everyone to please join us for the group photo. We have enough space and we can, sit here, but we should have, I'll request everyone to please join us. I think it will be a very good, thing to carry with us, a group picture with NFRA delegates.